Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we're doing the October Homestead barn opening. Now it's a little bit chilly this morning, but it is supposed to warm up here into a beautiful sunshiny day. Our first stop here is Sedgwick at the little mini coop. Come on out, girl. Oh, I know, you're excited. Come on out, I'll get your kids. We have Sedgwick, the mama chicken, raising up the ducklings over here. She actually hatched out the white duckling, and then I adopted 3 ducklings from a friend so that this duckling had some friends. There you go, bud. And they are all getting along. It was a little bit of a struggle there in the beginning, but now they all got to know each other. Go for a swim. Go float. Good. Oh, I'll get you some more feed in there, Sedgwick. Clean up the crumbs. But we are starting to hear some quacking from these ducks. I'm not entirely sure which ones are quacking. I am pretty certain that Sedgwick's white duck is quacking. I think this one is a girl, and it is the spitting image of Maple. Now the 3 gray ducks actually came from a friend, and their dad is actually Vader, my male duck Duke's son. So even if we get some males out of this bunch, they're still going to be the same gene pool as my duck, so we're not going to be keeping any more males. We already have 2 breeding males in my flock, Duke and Ron. We did have 2 other males hatch out this year, and they're still running around with the flock, but they're not going to be a permanent feature. So I am hoping that we have some female ducks in this group. I'm pretty sure that that one is a female, and by the sounds of it, I think at least another one of the gray ducks is a female. It's really hard to tell which one's making the noises, but I'm trying to figure that out, and it looks like we at least have 2 girls so far. It's hard to tell whenever they're oh, the geyser! Gorgeous! Hump up. Good. But it's a little bit hard to figure out which ones are making the sounds, and sometimes whenever they have their young squeaky duckling voice, it sounds kind of like a male rasp. So I'm just giving them some time, and we'll see whenever their full voices come in. But Sedgwick has been doing really good down here at the koi pond, taking care of the ducklings, and she'll head back up to the barn whenever she's ready. We still have the giant pumpkin sitting here next to the koi pond. If you want to see that harvest and the whole grow this season, you can check out my other channel, Whitt Acres Nature at Home, where I do all my gardening and aquatics. But today we're opening up the homestead and giving you an update on what's going on. Now, being the beginning of October, we have a pretty full homestead right now, and everybody's getting pretty big. But camping day is coming, and if you're unaware, freezer camp is whenever we send all the animals off to be processed for meat. Well, not all the animals. Some of the animals here are raised for meat, and some of the animals are raised for eggs, breeding, and education. Hump up. But the first stop here is to let the turkey out on pasture. We have 11 broad-breasted turkey over here. We have 3 white, 3 bronze, and 5 black. We're gonna get them something to eat this morning. Got a full bucket of feed here for them. They're eating a meat bird recipe right now, which is the same as what I give the broilers. Hold on, birds. If I give them turkey feed for their whole life, they actually get too fat, so we gotta switch them to the meat bird feed once they get to their big size. Huh, turkey? I don't think you're as fat as the ones last year. You guys have been running around. Come on out, get your morning turkey trot in. Hump up. Give them space, bud. Gotta get their door locked open here. Give them space, pup. Come on. Go on, turkey. Stretch it out. Good morning, birds. The color's coming in on you. I love me some turkey talk. Yeah, you already got some feed in here, birds. We'll just top you off. Make sure you get nice and big. There we go. We have some shade structure out here for the turkeys, a little roost they can jump up on, and a lot of pasture here. Hey, pretty girl. I hear ya. You have beautiful voices, don't ya? Not beautiful tail feathers though, huh? Good. It looks like we do have some females and males here. You can see the males are puffing up and the females are a little bit smaller. The males also have that big old snoot hanging off of their nose, and the females don't. They just have a little unicorn bump. But alright, turkey, you're all set here. We have 11 turkey, and they're going to be heading off to freezer camp here probably the beginning of November. right before hunting season comes in. We'll get another scoop of feed here. And this is gonna go to the chickens. We gotta get a full scoop though. Hold on, turkey, trying to get a full scoop here. It's for the chickens. Don't steal the chickens' feed. Oh. There we go. Turkey. Go do turkey things, turkey. Get breakfast. I'll get your neighbors out. The broilers are way over here on the far side of the pasture. Come on, pup. Keep up. Stop number 2 is going to be for the broiler chickens, and these are actually Pioneer broilers. This is the second round of chickens I'm doing this year. Morning, broilers. And they're out here in the bird box, all out of feed and water. Come on out. I have everything you need. We have water already set up here for you, and I'll get some feed in your tray. Hold on, let me move this down the row a little bit. Beep, beep, scoot, scoot. Coming on to fresh ground. Watch your chickens. Watch your toes. There you are. Everybody's hungry. Hold on, little chickens. Hold on. There you go. Some for you. And everybody can spread out over here too. There you go. Spread out, chickens. I know, everybody's so hungry out here. You guys are getting big too. Pup. These guys are getting ready. I think I need a couple more weeks though. Most of them have this naked neck, which is a trait of the Pioneer broilers. And they seem to be growing pretty well so far, just as fast as the Red Rangers. And I got these Pioneer broilers because they were the only breed available in July whenever I was ordering them. Bud? But they seem to be turning out pretty well. And they got a nice haircut too. Broilers, you got fresh water and feed, everything you need. You got your shade structure and pasture to forage on. We got them all fenced off out here, which is making it a lot easier than it was last year. These birds actually have space to run around here and stretch their legs and wings. Pup. Stay in there, turkey. Stay in there. Hold on, we gotta keep the gate closed. You're a lot bigger than those chickens. All right, turkey, what are you doing? Why are you all around me, guys? You have all this pasture you could be running around. You guys right at my feet. All right, you guys want to go for a jog? Come on. Whoa, zooming across here. All right, turkey, you got breakfast, everything you need. You got your neighbors out to talk to. Let me get your other neighbors out. The ducks. Pup, let's head over to the barn. So on pasture right now, we have 11 broad-breasted turkey and 24 Pioneer broilers. Now I do need to check when the chicken day is because there's only one day a month that my butcher does chicken, so I have to make sure my chickens are ready for it at that time. I believe the broiler chickens are probably going to be heading off to camp first. Oh, before we head to the barn, we have another stop to make. We have the newest mama hen here on the homestead. Hey, Pants. You got your babies out and about. Finally got the babies out of the coop. Good to see. You guys need water or anything in here? You got water and feed? Good. We'll just freshen that up for you a little bit. Oh, good, Pants. You don't need that egg in there, huh? I don't think she's gonna... Oh, I can't reach it. Can't reach it, Pants. Pants was only sitting on 4 eggs inside the feeder box, and they weren't her eggs either. She actually went broody and wasn't sitting on any eggs. But since she was going broody, I figured I'd give her some eggs from the other ones. Oh, she just gave a little treat. Good job, Pants. I gave her 4 eggs from the other chickens, and she sat on them long enough to hatch out 2 little baby chicks. A yellow one and a black one. And once she hatched out those 2 little chicks, I moved her out here with her other 2 eggs so she could have her own space inside the mini barn, but she didn't want to sit on those other 2 eggs. She just ended up keeping those 2 that she already hatched out, and she's been raising them up. That seems to happen a lot. Whenever a mama hen hatches out some chicks, sometimes she just leaves the rest of the eggs go. Hold on, pup, we'll make it out back. Let's start with a fluffy butt hut. Good morning, barn animals. Hey, chickens. Columbiana, Snowball, Dot, Bonnie. Bon, coming through, girl. Hey, Snowball, Light Duchess. Ginny, I'll get the lights on. Good morning, chickens. Hey, piggies, I see you over there. Yeah, the piggy door's already open. Oh, the piggies have a mess over here again. And you need water. Spot, the little piggies over here are not so little anymore. Molly, Sully, and Specs are getting big. So I've been leaving their door open so they can go inside and out, try and keep their inside pen a little bit cleaner. But there is not much clean about a big pig. And right now the tally is on 33 bags of feed, and it looks like we're gonna need some more. What are you yelling about, Sapphire? We don't need any more nesting girls in the feeder box. What's Echo Pup doing? Spilling my feeder, Echo. Looks like the pigs put their feeder all the way over here, so I guess I'll just go ahead and give it to them from this gate. Here you go, pigs. Breakfast. All right, I'll get you some more. Get some water for them too. Uh-oh, gate popped open. Back it up, pigs. Ugh, back it up. Beep, beep. Scoot, scoot. Coming through. All right, we'll get some piggy water in here whenever the pigs are distracted eating their breakfast. Oh, we just put 3 barrels of wood chips in here to freshen this up for them. We'll get some fresh water in the bowl though, because the piggies are going to be thirsty after breakfast. Calm down, piggies. I'll get you more. Let's get a scoop of duck feed here. Not trying to bother you, Sapphire. I hear ya. Beep, beep. Coming through. Gotta go get the ducks out, pup. And keep the chickens in. I already got fresh water in the pools in the evening, getting everything ready for them. I don't put all the feed out though, because the starlings and other birds will come in and eat it. So we got to put some out in the morning for them. All right, Turkey, I'll get your friends out. We have Ron and the girls in the triangle house. Let's get Ron and Hermione, Zoe, Chloe, and Maggie. Come on out, ducks. Good morning, ladies. This was the duck family, but we really don't have any ducklings anymore. They are all grown up. And it does look like we have a boy and a girl, which is not ideal. But we got to keep Ron and his girls separated from the rest of the flock, or Ron will start chasing all of Duke's girls. Now, Ron is actually Duke's son, so he's my backup breeder. If anything happens to Duke, we still have Ron here to fertilize some eggs. But he doesn't really get along with Duke, so we got to keep him separated during the day, and then in the afternoon, whenever they go out to free range at the pond, everybody gets together. We got Pebbles in the window. Echo Pup, you doing some weeding, bud? You just cutting the grass around the rain tanks. You too, Snowball. Everybody doing some landscaping. That's good. Now, there are more animals in the back barnyard we need to open up, but first, oh, come on, ladies. Dabbles. Mambos. Good morning. And the ducks. Gorgeous. What a stampede. Head on down, get your feed, water, everything you need. We'll let you out to the pond later. Now it looks like we're getting pretty low on water, 125 in 2 tanks, so 250, plus the 60 inside. So we have about 300 gallons of water, but we don't have any rain in sight. Over here in the Love Shack, we have the little chickens. These are 16 chickens that hatched out here on the homestead this year. Good job, Rufio. I know, you helped out. You guys have water and feed, everything you need? Good. We'll be moving you around here in a little while. We got to get Bert and the Snowballs out of the turkey hut. Good job, Rufio. Come on, pup. Keep up. Morning, Bert. Morning, Snowballs. Everybody ready for the day? Wake up, Bert. Is it all safe in here, pup? Any eggs? Oh, we got a girl laying already. All right, I'll leave you be. Come on out, Bert. Morning time. Now I did build the turkey hut for breeding turkey, but unfortunately the first round of breeding turkey didn't go too well. But I am planning on getting turkey in here again, and that will probably happen in the spring. But for now, Bert and his snowballs are inside here because we got to keep our roosters separated too, or the roosters will fight after the ladies. And I have Bert the rooster and Rufio the rooster right now. Hey bud. Rufio's an Americana and Bert is a light Brahma, and they are my main breeding roosters right now. Unfortunately, last month we lost our salmon falvera rooster, Sammy. So I might be getting... Good job, Rufio. I might be getting a third rooster here in the spring as well. But if we fill up the turkey hut with breeding turkey, we're gonna have to move the chickens out. And that's where the new mushroom coop comes into play, which is still in progress. Oh, geese! Morning, geese. Love hearing the Canadian goose fly over. Now some of you might be able to tell I did do some more framing on the mushroom coop yesterday, but I'm actually going to do some more framing today, try and put all that into one video, and maybe we'll have a good chunk of progress to show you. Pup. The next stop, goats. We have the goat hut over here, which has been working out very well for the goats. Wrinkles, folds, just as bouncy as ever. I'll get your breakfast, goats. Easy, you goats. Now, Wrinkles and Folds are actually my third year having goats here. We've raised up 2 goats in the goat hut. And we are on, what bag is this? Is this bag number 5 or 6? I'll have to look back on the videos. If you guys could tell me which bag we're on the goats, that would be very helpful. Breakfast goats. Oh, girl. I'm really trying to keep track of how much I feed the goats this year. And the pigs too. I'd really like to know how much I'm feeding the goats and the pigs so I know how much I'm gonna be feeding next year, because we're gonna get the animals again. Come on now. Let's just go ahead and lock the door. Pup. The goats got fresh water in the corner. They got fresh feed in the tray. And I'm gonna be picking up some fresh hay today. You have everything you need, goats. Now my goats here are Boer goats, and they are also raised for meat. They do put on a pretty good size. And this is my 3rd year raising up goats here, and so far this year has been the best. Pup, only 1 goat escaped, and that's because you left the gate open. But they have a jungle gym out here, they have their hay feeder and whole hut they can go in during the day. The goat hut and turkey hut both collect rainwater, so they have barrels in the back and buckets with float valves. It makes it so much easier to take care of these 2 huts whenever they have rain collection. Come on, pup, we have more stops to make. We're not done yet. And if you're interested in some custom gate latches, I actually just made a video with 16 of my custom gate latches here around the homestead. So if you want to save some money on gate latches, check out that video for some ideas. Just got to check in on the ducks, make sure everybody made it out. I don't want any broody girls in here sitting on eggs. Anybody else? All right, it looks like everybody's going out nowadays. But the door came off the track. Try and fix that. Good. Looks like everybody's loving this nest in here. Oh, we got a good bit in there. 3, 6, 9. Oh, a dozen. And another one. And another one. And those ones are pretty clean. I like that. But as you can see, my hay rack is completely empty. We need to pick up some hay today. Pup, whenever we go check on your cousin, we're going to have to go pick up hay. My brother did just get a new puppy, and I have to let him out during the day whenever he's at work. It is the same brother that had little girl, so he just got a new puppy. Sadly, we did lose little girl this past month, but there was a puppy that needed adopted, and my brother ended up finding him. Pup, now you have a new friend to train around the birds. And while we're on the subject, we actually had 2 unexpected chicken losses this month as well. I really don't know the reasoning, and I don't see any cause, but we did lose 1 snowball inside the turkey hut. Good job, Rufio. Now you will see 7 snowballs still inside there with Bert, and that's because we had 1 snowball that kept jumping over the fence into the neighbors. So instead of letting that keep happening, I actually took that snowball and I put it in the higher fence with Bert. So Bert still has 7 snowballs in with him, but we did actually lose 1. And even more surprising than that, the next day I found Chicken the Third. One of the younger chickens actually passed away in the fluffy butt hut. Duchess, what are you doing back there, girl? There is plenty of places to lay eggs over here. You do not need to be jumping that fence. You bird. Now I can tell that there was not a predator that came through the homestead and got either one of these birds, and they actually passed away in 2 different sections of the homestead, so I don't think anything was contagious either. Now I try and keep my animals happy and healthy the best I can, but not all chickens draw the best genetics. And I guess they could have eaten something that they shouldn't have, but with all the chickens out here foraging all day long, I figure that that would have happened to more of them if they got into something they shouldn't have. And I do have over 100 animals here, and sometimes things happen. Pup, but unfortunately we lost 2, but fortunately we gained 2. Now it's not always good times on the homestead, but rest assured, good times do outweigh the bad. Mumbles. You looking for treats, girl? I actually didn't throw any treats over the fence yet today. It's kind of different whenever we're walking around doing an opening. I'll make sure you get everything you need, girl. I see you, Dabbles. Watching over the flock. Good boy. I gotta do some editing, then I'll let you out down to the pond. Birds. Turkey. The turkey are actually starting to gobble, and they gobbled whenever I came out this morning. I love hearing that here on the homestead. That's why it's gonna be great whenever we have the breeding turkey, because then whenever freezer camp comes around in the fall, we won't lose all the turkey on the homestead, and we'll still have the turkey sounds going through winter. Turkey! I love the turkey sounds. Turkey! Alright, pup, we still have stops to make. Close up the gate here, and then we're gonna head down the chicken run. Now I've been using the pens here on the chicken run to separate the different sizes of chickens as they've been raising up here on the homestead. And in the middle pen here we have the halfling coop, which we got a gate on. Everything's working out really well in this pen, except for the chickens going up to roost at night. They always jump into the trees because this coop was made for little chickens. And these chickens are all grown up. Hi Izzy, how you doing? Put this little basketball in the door so it doesn't get shut on you. You guys can come on out and forage. Oh, you guys need feed too? Oh, we're gonna have to make some rounds after this video. But the halfling coop here, you can see, is pretty low profile, and it doesn't get them up off the ground high enough for them to feel safe at night. So they end up roosting up into this tree every night, and I have to use my bird getting stick here to get them all down. Every single night I have to do that. So it's gonna be really nice when we finally get them moved into another spot. Rooster, I see ya. Now stay inside, hawkbait. Hoo-ah. Now in the halfling coop we have 3 roosters and 7 hens, and I'm thinking about moving the 7 hens out, and that way I only have the 3 roosters to deal with in here. I can move the girls with the other flock, but I can't move the boys because then my other roosters will fight them. So we might have to turn the halfling coop into a rooster pen for a little while. And I think this coming weekend or the weekend after, we're gonna start some firewood processing here for winter because we have a wood burner that heats the house, so we have to get everything ready before it gets too cold. But the last pen we have over here on... Thanks, rooster. The last pen we have over here is the hoop coop, and it has 8 more chickens inside. Hey chickens, how many roosters are in this bunch? More than 3, I think. Come on out, buddy. That's one rooster. That's a girl. That's a girl. Rooster. Maybe a girl. Definitely a rooster. Rooster. That's a big rooster. Yeah, we have 5 roosters in here, and possibly 3 girls, definitely 2. And these roosters are not a permanent fixture here on the homestead. The boys are going to be raised for meat. They don't put on as much meat as the broilers do, but I still don't have any room here on the homestead for them. So they're going to have to go to freezer camp with the broilers. And that's what, 5 of them in here, pup? 3 of them over there. I think I'm going to send all 3. I'm still not sure about that beautiful rooster. I might keep him as a backup Rufio rooster. That one. That's a good looking bird. It'll be hard to say goodbye to that one. Pup. But I think we got everybody out for the day, pup. I just got to go around and make sure everybody has feed and water. Now, as a side project, I also have this 14-foot aluminum John boat that needs a little bit of TLC. If anybody's interested in a boat project, comment below. But we got everybody out this morning, and the homestead is awake. Buddy. Now, as for the projects we have planned on the homestead, we have a few big ones. Oh, pumpkin. Gorgeous. Thanks, rooster. As you can see, I pulled out some logs from the firewood pile and I set those aside because I have some plans for those in some different projects and I don't want them getting cut up for firewood. So we have some materials in the food forest set aside. I did get the whole food forest chopped down because we're gonna have to use that for a staging area as well whenever we start digging out the massive pond expansion. If you've been following along, you know we've been expanding the duck pond every year as the flock has been expanding, and we're trying to make sure it's gonna hold water before we dig the biggest hole that we can. I have some rock that I saved from my grandma's property. We have that brought down and staged here by the pond so it's easier to work with whenever we start to dig. And we actually already broke ground on a few different areas here that the project's gonna expand to. Because this is not only gonna be a pond expansion, this is gonna be a complete change of the landscape. I have been painting lines out here trying to get an idea of where I can lay everything out and how it's gonna look, but I think the biggest pond we can make is gonna be about a 1/4 acre, which is not massive, but it is the biggest I can do here on my 4 acres. And hopefully it'll make Mumbles happy. Huh, girl? Better than a pool. Yeah, I see ya. Now, right now, the surface area of the pond is sitting right around 3,000, maybe 3,500 square feet. And I really want to take it up over 10,000 square feet so we can get right around a 1/4 acre. And this little jut out right here is going to turn into an island. So we're going to end up having water behind that, around it, and then down here, we're going to open up this whole area. We still want to keep some yard up next to the house, so we're probably going to bring it right about to here. But this is a big project and I have a lot of plans for it. It's gonna take some time to get done. I am gonna be using my dad and brother's help to dig it out, but we have some other projects we're working on in the meantime, including the mushroom coop, which I think it's looking pretty cool back there. And like I said, I'm gonna be making some more progress on that, so make sure to subscribe down below so you're notified whenever the new video comes out. So the weather is starting to cool off, but the homestead is not slowing down. Huh, Pep? Lots to do. I'll get some belly rubs in there if you're offering. I'll take some belly rubs. You silly pup. We're gonna have to go see your new cousin puppy. Yeah. But that's gonna be all for this one. If you want to keep following along with all the projects and the animals here at Whitt Acres, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave, and if you want to help support the channel even more, check out that join button to see videos before everybody else does, and check out my website for nature-inspired merchandise, whittacresdesigns.com. You can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching. Good boy.